Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change the overlay on the clock on your range. It's a really easy job. Let me show you how we do it. Now to replace this part, we will need to disconnect power to the range. So either locate the electrical panel, turn off the appropriate breaker, or remove the appropriate fuses. We'll also have to access the back of the range, so you'll need to pull it forward so that we can get at the back panel. Now that we have the power disconnected to the range, we're going to pull it forward, and then we'll access that upper back panel, remove the screws that secure that to the cabinet. And just lift it away at the bottom and lower it down, and then we'll set that aside. Now next we'll need to remove the wire harnesses from the electronic control. So simply depress any locking tabs on those connectors and pull them off. There's a single wire on the right hand side. Pull that straight off. There's also a harness connector on that right side. Again, release the locking tab, pull the harness off. And there is also a short pigtail connector there. Again, release the locking tab, separate the harness, and make sure that this one doesn't fall down inside. And that will expose 4 screws that secure that assembly to the control panel. So we'll remove those 4 Phillips head screws. We can lift that assembly away from the console, and then we can do our repair. We'll need to remove this overlay from that control. It's actually in 2 pieces, so we want to very carefully peel away the top layer. Now, if you were replacing just that overlay, you would take the new overlay, break the bond of that tab in the end, peel that backing plate off, and then carefully lay it on top of the electronic control. And to make sure it's firmly adhered. And then we can reinstall it in the range again. So just carefully place that control into position. Line up the screw holes, install the retaining screws. Just make sure that that wire harness support doesn't get caught under the edge of the mounting bracket for that control. That control needs to lay flush on those 2 metal straps. Now next we'll reconnect all of the wire harnesses. Again, those that have locking tabs, make sure that they're engaged fully. As well as the harness connector for the door switch. Now with all that in place, we can next put the back panel on. Now when reinstalling that back panel, we want to make sure that we tuck the top edge of the panel in behind the lip on that console. Leave the two outer tabs on the edges out and line up that screw hole in the center. Install that one. And line up the rear corners. And then put in the rest of the retaining screws. And now we're ready to push the range back into position. And now we're ready to reconnect the power, and your repair is complete.